What's appropriate? Let's talk about what's not appropriate. That's always more fun, right? What is not appropriate for an interview?
Anything less than a suit.
Okay, less than a suit. I pretty much agree with that.
Yeah.
What kind of suit?
Business.
Business. Well, what's that mean? Gucci? I've seen some pretty crazy suits. I've seen people come in with like neon color suits and crazy ties. Is that appropriate?
No.
No, I don't think so. No, it kind of depends on the job. When might that be appropriate?
Maybe if you're like a designer.
A designer, something very artistic, creative. That might, you want to let that kind of stuff shine through. If you're going to work for a company like ours, it's pretty white collar. Yeah, you come in with a crazy tie and black on black shirt and tie, and I'm just, that's not going to go over real well. So, how about for the ladies in the room? What's appropriate for women? I'll let you handle this one.
Any ideas?
Skirt, slacks,
Skirt.
nice button-down shirt or a blouse.
Okay.
Yes.
Super tight.
Right, let's go back to the skirt. What's an appropriate length?
Oh,
Because that's always important.
Like when you were in school, they told you 2 inches below your fingertips.
Yes,
They always
well,
I would think that
maybe a little bit longer than
yeah.
that.
I had long arms.
Yes, there you go.
Long fingertips, 1 or 2, right?
I was
Yes.
true. Long fingernails.
It doesn't need to be. It can be slacks as well. I'm just talking about skirts in general, like how short you don't want them. Probably knee length would be appropriate. Anything that goes a little bit higher would suggest something different. So,
It's always safe to err on the side of caution, right? It's better to be overdressed than underdressed.
yes.
Keep that in mind. It's always easier to take a jacket off.
Mm-hmm.
Or, if for women, hike your skirt up? No, that's not. Hey, so all right. No, but women wear jackets too, and you can take a jacket off. So it's always better to overdress than underdress. I've seen people walk in interviews, and I'm in a suit, and they walk in and go, "Oh crap, I've got my polo shirt on or whatever it might be," and you can tell immediately they're uneasy and uncomfortable, and for pretty good reason. So dress professionally, keep it, be conservative, white shirt, power tie. What's a power tie, guys? Okay, yeah. Typically a dark suit, right? A white shirt, a fairly solid color tie. Red is considered a power tie.
Okay.
So.
I mean, there's a difference between the suit colors, right? Like have gray suit, black suit, and blue suit, and one's like can be considered more powerful than the other. Is that right?
A darker suit.
Darker suit.
A darker suit is considered as your interview. You want to typically wear a dark suit, dark shoes. Again, be conservative if you're serious about it. Yes, ma'am.
What about makeup and hair?
Good question. How about accessories as well?
All very good questions. Your makeup, you want to look presentable. If you're someone who just doesn't wear makeup, then that's fine. It's more along the lines of people who overdo the makeup. You don't want to put on too much. You'll be like, whoa. Because sometimes you're in smaller rooms and you don't want to have stage makeup on, type of thing. As far as your hair, you want it to be neat. Not frazzled everywhere. You want it to look nice and groomed. No crazy colors. What else?
I don't have long hair, but if it did, would it need to be up?
No. It can be down as long as it's just fixed, and not kind of just
Like you woke up.
Yeah.
like you
just
look
walk out
up.
of
Right?
bed,
Yeah.
roll out of bed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Laura's hair, for instance, is longer, but it's
And it's down.
Color's a little off, but no. I'm just kidding.
So yeah, just groomed is very good.
I know they say that it's not appropriate to wear perfume.
Yes, and you don't want to wear too strong a perfume either.
Some is okay. It's more balanced, but don't
Yes.
overpower and.
Don't bathe in it before you come.
Guys, same with aftershave or cologne or something in moderation.
Yes.
And as far as women and guys too, to some extent, but specifically women, I think the rule of thumb is you don't want to have more than 5 pieces of bling
Oh,
or accessories.
Yeah.
As far as you've got earrings and you've got a ring and a bracelet. Okay, you're good. But if you start getting all kinds of crazy stuff, a big belt, that kind of stuff, it detracts. You don't want people to look at you and go, wow, look at the way she's dressed, and her earrings are crazy, and I can smell her from across the room. You don't you want the message to be you, not what you're wearing and what people are seeing.
Yeah.
Make sense? Guys, same thing with rings and never have earrings in. Gum in your mouth, those kind of things. Don't do it. Any questions about any of this?
You said never have earrings in for guys?
Yep.
I just want to confirm.
For an interview, if you want to be taken seriously.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Seriously. It's more socially acceptable on the street, in class. I personally have no issue with that. But you come to an interview,
It's a different story.
you're selling yourself. You are selling yourself. You are saying, buy me the candidate over everyone else that you're interviewing. And if someone's got crazy glasses on or, whatever it might be, anything out of the norm.
Yeah, and you don't want to leave the room and have them say, oh, I remember that girl with the crazy glasses, or, oh, that girl, the one who had all that makeup on. Just those types of things. You want it to be, oh, that girl who has great answers, who does this or this good, not something that you are wearing.
Make sense? Questions?
What kind of questions do you use when asking an interview?
That's a great one. That's on this list here. Well, let me throw it back at you. What kind of questions do y'all usually ask? What would you ask? What would you want to ask?
Well, we want to ask the company? Or
The interviewer. You're interviewing with us. What do you want to ask us?
Well, I want to ask, what do you expect from an employee? Yeah.
Okay, that's great. That's a great question. Open-ended questions. What's the difference between open-ended and closed-ended question?
Yeah.
Yes or no is closed-ended, right? You expect a lot from new employees. Yes. That doesn't tell you a whole lot. What do you expect from new employees? Well, let me tell you. Let me enumerate the things that I expect and spell out so you know exactly. I can tell you from someone who is a professional interviewer, I expect people to ask questions. I would highly encourage y'all to come to the interview with questions written out. Why?
Because you get nervous and you forget.
You get nervous and forget.
I'm nervous.
If you don't write them out, you'll walk out saying, oh crap, I meant to ask about the dress code or whatever it is that you don't, as you're going through the interview, you tend to forget those things and you caught up in conversation or you're nervous. There's, as someone who does interviews, if I see someone with questions written out, that tells me they've thought it through. And ask the hard questions, by the way. It's okay to say, why should I take this job? What's in it? Not what's in it for me. That's a bad way.
That's not a good way to phrase it.
What are the long-term prospects? Where do I go from here? Why do people leave Consolidated Graphics or KBR or wherever? Those kind of questions are fair game. When someone kind of puts me, not on the defensive, but someone kind of asks me a tough question, Roddy, I've got a lot of great offers out there. Why should I consider yours? I go, man, all right, game on, let's go. And that tells me they're serious and they're not just, do you like your job?
Yeah.
How long you been in Houston? Okay, I can talk all day about myself, but that's not going to help you any, really. Does that make sense? Go in with a game plan. Have some questions. Hey, I was on your website, Roddy, and I saw that this is the process for whatever, and it's a 3-year rotational program, but the math didn't quite work out. Why is that? Okay. Let me tell you, Colby. Where was I? Refer back to the website. Refer to something else in the conversation. Hey, I went and visited one of your facilities. I was talking to one of your other employees, and they told me X, Y, and Z. What's your response to that?
Wow.
Oh, that means you've done your homework, yes? Y'all see that?
So you don't mind if someone's referring to like a list of questions, like if they have?
No, I encourage you to write them out. So you make sure they get answered. And you may go through and go, oh, okay, these two got answered, and I still want to ask you about this. When I was interviewing for my position, I asked the CEO, what's the career track? Why should I leave my current company and come work for you? I don't know that you like the question, but I wanted an answer. I was interviewing Consolidated Graphics as much as they were interviewing me. And keep that in mind. This is your opportunity to gather information.
Well, that would make sense because it's kind of a life-changing decision.
Sure.
You're switching jobs or you're just leaving college. You would need to find a place where you feel comfortable going.